In a small place, had to drive an hour just to see a movie. I'm a simple person, city life just doesn't move me. I'd rather be home with my grandparents and playing euchre. Didn't want to leave, but this dream's calling, I had to do it. I left my girl there, wish I would've done it different. Cause she was right when she told me that I don't never listen. I told her I would change 1,000,000 times, and never did it. Apologies don't mean a thing if you don't ever fix it. I love what I do, but it's not what I expected. This industry is not your friend, well that's my perspective. Sometimes the closest people to you make you feel protected, but those are the same people that hurt you most and leave you guessing. Some people say nobody's perfect, but expect perfection. How you supposed to find the answer if you don't ask the question? Sometimes I look into the mirror and talk to my reflection. When I go home and turn the music off, what am I left with?
Really interesting there, that last line just before breathe.
Sometimes I look into the mirror and talk to my reflection. When
I go home and turn off the music, what am I left with? And we know from some of NF's previous tracks that NF uses music as a way to process his emotions. So when he says turn the music off, he could mean literally not listening to music, as we can assume he probably listens to music as a way to deal with things, but he also writes music as a way to do that. So to turn the music off could also mean stopping thinking about creating music, about creating lyrics or writing music in his mind. But when he does that, then maybe the thoughts come back, the pain comes back, the struggle comes back. And one way to turn off that fight or flight anxiety response, or the sympathetic nervous system, is to breathe, as these lyrics say. Controlling your breathing, slowing it down, dials down the sympathetic nervous system and dials up the parasympathetic nervous system, or the rest and digest system, as it's sometimes known. Get out of that limbic system, get out of the emotional brain and more back into the thinking, decision-making part, the prefrontal cortex. That is why breathing exercises like window breathing, 7-11 breathing, in for 7, out for 11, finger breathing, where you breathe in and out with your fingers, are also helpful for people. It turns off the fight and flight response. Such a good skill. It's such an overlooked skill as well. People dismiss it really quickly.
Say nobody's perfect, but expect perfection. How you supposed to find the answer if you don't ask the question? Sometimes I look into the mirror and talk to my reflection. When I go home and turn the music off, what am I left with? To be close, but as time passed, we became disconnected. You never felt loved, and I always felt disrespected. Your family thought I was a joke, I was always defensive. They just wanted what was best for you, I just couldn't accept it. And hurting you was not a part of my plan or my intentions, but I was immature, I guess I had to learn some lessons. We grew apart and our lives went in different directions, and there's a lot of responsibilities that I neglected. I had a lot that was bottled inside, couldn't express it, and this pain won't leave. I can feel the depression, it's taking over my body, feels like I'm always stressing. Doctor told me I should sleep, but I'm always restless. I lay awake at night and think, my thoughts are relentless. I need a moment to breathe, I need a moment to vent this. I seem to be the only person that I play pretend with, and when I turn the music off, what am I really left with, huh?
So there was a lot kind of brought up there. Relationships, you never felt love and I always felt disrespected. Hurting you was not part of my plan or my intentions. You know, it sounds like he's reflected on this. A lot bottled inside, depression, always stressing. Doctor says he needs to sleep, but he's always restless. Thoughts are relentless. I need a moment to breathe. He needs a moment to slow everything down. Try to slow down that anxiety. Try to slow down those racing thoughts. Again, trying to turn on that rest and digest system. And the way this chorus is done, the breathe being extended and sung in such a calming way, it makes you want to slow down your breathing as you listen to this. It's very, very well done. It's like the chorus is the intervention. It is the thing that you do. Amazing. It's very clever.
That I play pretend with. And when I turn the music off, what am I really left with, huh?
Even that repetitive backing vocal is soothing. And the fact it is repetitive and doesn't change just helps. It's just enough, it's just there. Just hear the way it's mixed in with that breathe. It's so calming. There we go. I love how long that goes on for. You can really get into the rhythm of it and use it just to slow yourself down a bit. And practically, I think that's really helpful, as the song before this on the album, which was the last NF reaction I did, is absolutely devastating. How could you leave us? It's so very clever that this track is after that one on the album. You know, if I don't know if people still do. I know I used to, when I was younger, listen to albums back to back. And so track placement was really important to artists. You know, they spend ages deciding where to put tracks, and to have this one straight after that one is just genius. I think that's it from me for this one. I don't want it to be too long. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be doing the next track on the album shortly. Take care. Goodbye.